You did everything right. You waited patiently for the first 2 hours of the session. You didn't force a trade at the open. You watched the market chop around, hunting liquidity, trapping the impatient traders. You sat on your hands. You were disciplined. And then, there it was, the perfect setup. The exact model you backtested hundreds of times. The higher time frame was aligned. The volume was there. The price pulled back perfectly into your zone. It was a textbook entry, an A-plus setup. You calculated your risk. You placed your order. You set your stop loss exactly where the structure told you it belonged. You executed perfectly. And for a moment, it goes your way. You are in the green. You feel that quiet satisfaction of a plan coming together. But then, the market pauses. It stalls. A single, aggressive candle prints against you. Then another. And before you can even process what is happening, the price aggressively sweeps right through your level. It triggers your stop loss. You are out of the trade. And then, as if the market is mocking you, the very next candle reverses. It turns around and launches massively in your original direction. It runs straight to what would have been your take-profit target. Exactly as you predicted. You weren't wrong about the direction. You were just the liquidity. Right there. In that exact second. Something inside of you snaps. It starts in your chest. A tightness. A sudden, sharp spike in your heart rate. Your breathing gets a little shallower. The heat rises in the back of your neck. This isn't just a lost trade anymore. This feels like a robbery. It feels like the market specifically targeted you. It feels deeply, incredibly unfair. You followed the rules, and you were punished for it. Meanwhile, terrible traders are out there getting lucky. And you, who did the work, who waited, who planned, are sitting here in the weak bed. In a normal state of mind, you know exactly what to do next. A professional accepts the mathematical variance of the market. A professional says, "Good trade, bad outcome," closes the laptop, and walks away. But you aren't in a normal state of mind anymore. You have been hijacked. A massive surge of cortisol and adrenaline is flooding your system. The logical, analytical part of your brain, the part that understands probabilities, risk management, and the rules of your evaluation account, is being completely shut down. The primal part of your brain has taken the wheel, and it only wants one thing. It wants revenge. You look at your daily P and L. It's red, but it's a manageable red. It's a normal, everyday loss. It's a paper cut. But your ego cannot accept the paper cut. Your ego looks at that negative number and sees a profound insult. You think, I just need to make it back to break even. I just need one quick scalp to wipe this slate clean, and then I'll stop. That is the most dangerous sentence in the history of trading. I just need to make it back. Visual. A close-up of a hand gripping the computer mouse aggressively, knuckles turning slightly white. Because the moment you say that, you are no longer a trader. You are a gambler trying to chase your losses at a casino. You stop looking at the market for what it is. You stop reading the price action objectively. Instead, you start demanding that the market give you your money back. You're projecting your own financial and emotional needs onto a completely indifferent algorithm. The market doesn't know you. It doesn't care that you followed your rules. It doesn't care that you are trading a funded challenge and are close to your drawdown limit. But you don't care either. You lean closer to the monitor. You start flipping through time frames. You leave the 1-hour chart. You leave the 15-minute chart. You drop down to the 1-minute. Then the 30-second. You are actively hunting for a reason to click the mouse. You are moving fast now. Too fast. You see a slight hesitation in the price. It's not your setup. It doesn't meet even half of your criteria. But your hijacked brain immediately rationalizes it. It's a micro pullback, you tell yourself. It has to retrace here. It's overextended. You are lying to yourself in real time, and part of you knows it. But the urge to erase that red P&L is so overwhelming that you silence the voice of reason. You click buy. You are back in the market. But this time, you didn't calculate your risk. You didn't set a hard stop. You just jumped in front of a moving train because you couldn't stand the pain of sitting on the sidelines. And the market does exactly what it was always going to do. It continues its trend. Instantly, the position goes against you. The red number on your screen doubles. Panic sets in. But it's not the panic that makes you close the trade. It's the panic of denial. You move your stop loss wider. Give it room to breathe, you whisper. It's just a deeper sweep. You are breaking your cardinal rule, the one rule you swore you would never break again. But right now, accepting this second loss means admitting that you lost control, and your ego absolutely refuses to concede defeat. The price drops again. The drawdown is getting severe. You are nearing your daily loss limit. The evaluation account you spent weeks carefully building up is suddenly on the brink of being blown in a matter of 20 minutes. And then, you do the unthinkable. Instead of cutting the loss, you add to the losing position. You average down. When it bounces, I'll be at break-even so much faster, you rationalize. You have completely detached from reality. You are no longer trading a strategy. You are praying. You are staring at flickering pixels on a screen, begging a decentralized global financial network to take pity on your account balance. For a brief, agonizing second, the market ticks in your favor. Your heart leaps. Yes, here we go. Just a little more and I'll close it flat. But it's a trap, a dead cat bounce. The next candle is a massive, relentless block of red volume. It completely wipes out the support level. It cuts through your moving averages like they aren't even there. The numbers on your screen are flashing wildly. The loss is no longer a paper cut. It is a gaping wound. It is an account-destroying amount of money. The pain is unbearable. It's a physical weight sitting directly on your chest. You can't breathe correctly. Your vision narrows entirely to that one flashing P&L box. Finally, the pain of holding the trade outweighs the pain of admitting defeat. Or worse, your broker steps in. The risk management system of your prop firm triggers. Your position is automatically flattened. The red banner appears at the top of the dashboard. Rule violated. Daily drawdown. Limit reached. Account status failed. You sit there. Your hand falls off the mouse. The adrenaline completely drains from your body, leaving nothing but an empty, hollow sickness in the pit of your stomach. The charts are still moving. The market is still flowing, indifferent, completely unaffected by the absolute tragedy that just unfolded in your room. 10 minutes pass, the chemical fog lifts, the cortisol dissipates, and the rational part of your brain slowly boots back up. You look at the screen, and you don't even recognize the trades you just took. You look at the 1-minute chart, and it looks like absolute garbage. There was no setup. There was no edge. You bought the literal top of a massive distribution phase. You look at the entries and exits, clustered together in a frantic, chaotic mess of blue and red arrows. You ask yourself, who did this? Who was trading my account? Because it wasn't the disciplined trader who sat down 2 hours ago. That trader died the moment the first stop loss was swept. The pain you feel right now isn't just about the money. Money can be replaced. You can buy another challenge. You can refund the account. The true pain, the deep, quiet shame that makes you want to close your eyes and disappear, is the realization of your own lack of control. You promised yourself you wouldn't do this again. You swore after the last time you blew an account that you had fixed this. You read the books. You watched the psychology videos. You wrote the rules on a sticky note and put it directly on your monitor. And yet, when the fire started, you threw the rules right into it. You realize that your biggest enemy in this game is not the algorithms. It's not the high-frequency trading bots. It's not the macroeconomic data releases. Your biggest, most lethal enemy is you. Revenge trading is the most expensive emotion in the world. It takes weeks of flawless discipline, weeks of slow, grinding consistency, and burns it to the ground in 15 minutes of pure ego-driven madness. So, how do you stop it? How do you cure the disease of the revenge spiral? You have to realize that you cannot fight the emotion once the spiral has started. Once the adrenaline hits your bloodstream, it is already too late. You cannot outthink a physiological response. The only way to survive is to sever the chain before the chemical reaction takes hold. You have to learn your own physical tells. What happens to your body the exact moment you take a painful loss? Do you lean closer to the screen? Does your breathing change? Do you immediately click to a lower time frame? The second you feel that heat rise in your neck? The second you hear that voice whisper, "I just need to make it back." You have to stand up. You don't minimize the window. You don't take a deep breath and keep looking at the chart. You physically remove your hands from the desk. You stand up and you walk away from the screens. Even if it's just for 10 minutes. You walk into another room. You wash your face. You let the cortisol flush out of your system. You must break the visual connection to the flashing lights. Because if you stay in the chair, the casino will always win. Professional trading is not about never feeling anger. It is not about being an emotionless robot. That is a myth. Professionals feel the exact same sting of an unfair stop-out that you do. They feel the exact same urge to click the button and fight back. The difference is, they don't act on it. They have built an identity which is rooted in self-preservation, not ego. They know that the market will be here tomorrow, the next day, and the next. There is no rush. There is no need to enforce your will on the present moment. If you want to survive in this game, you have to accept that taking a single planned loss is part of your job description. But taking a revenge trade? That is a choice to set your own house on fire. The next time the market sweeps your level and leaves you behind, let it go. Take the loss and step away. If this resonated with you, if you have sat in that chair and felt the absolute devastation of the revenge spiral, then you know exactly what needs to change. Hit subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about lines on a chart. We talk about the mental warfare required to actually keep the money you make. Protect your mind. Protect your capital. Trade tomorrow.